Well, there is a woman over the weekend who took it upon herself to research my family history in hopes of digging up some kind of a gotcha moment, a gotcha angle to validate illegal immigration and open borders. And what she found was really shocking, guys. She found that my family who came here in the 1800s from Norway and Germany, that they spoke Norwegian.
Sunny Hostin was just called out by conservative TV personality Tomi Lahren after Sunny took aim at her over her Norwegian heritage and family background. What started as a debate about immigration quickly turned into a heated back and forth between the two women, ending with Tomi firing off a series of sharp responses that left Sunny struggling to keep up during the live television exchange.
And German.
Okay.
And really what she did is prove that my family came here legally, but what she was hoping to do was try to call me a hypocrite for believing in merit-based immigration.
Tomi has long backed stronger border security and the deportation of people who entered the country illegally. Sunny argued that this approach is too harsh and overlooks the complicated history of immigration in the United States. She also suggested that many American families have immigrant roots and questioned whether it is fair to criticize today's immigrants while benefiting from the opportunities earlier generations received. Sunny has also criticized the use of detention centers for migrant families, arguing that many are overcrowded.
Well, of course, this is classical Joy Behar, but I would like to ask Joy Behar what her skills are, because perhaps we could swap stories. I know I watch Joy and she seems like a highly skilled lady, but for her to attack me, that's really interesting. Those in glass houses should not throw stones.
Meanwhile, one other thing, the New York Times has this headline: breaking up immigrant families. This also has to do with immigration.
Unsanitary and harmful to children. She has called for more humane, community-based alternatives that she believes better reflect America's values. Sunny has also pushed back against terms like illegal alien and invader, saying they unfairly dehumanize immigrants. Instead, she believes people should use more respectful language and recognize the many ways immigrants contribute to society through their work, culture, and businesses. Along with criticizing deportation policies, Sunny has called for broader immigration reform. She supports creating a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants and addressing the root causes of migration, including poverty, violence, and other difficult conditions. She also believes all immigrants should have access.
What I would like to point out is that there is no correlation between undocumented people and a rise in crime. That's statistically accurate. Immigrants, including undocumented immigrants, are less likely to commit crimes in the United States. So this notion somehow that it's about national security, I think is just false.
Sunny has also criticized the use of detention centers for migrant families, arguing that many are overcrowded, unsanitary, and harmful to children. She has called for more humane, community-based alternatives that she believes better reflect America's values. Sunny has also pushed back against terms like illegal alien and invader, saying they unfairly dehumanize immigrants. Instead, she believes people should use more respectful language and recognize the many ways immigrants contribute to society through their work, culture, and businesses.
I think this notion really is about otherization of people. I think it's about a culture war. And I'm sad for the country, quite frankly.
Well, I think that the weaponizing of immigrants or equating immigrants to criminals was feeding off people's fears, because the statistics don't support
access to basic services like health care and education, regardless of their legal status. Sunny says her views are shaped by both her background and her work with immigrant communities. She has often shared her family story, saying it reflects the experiences of many immigrant families and reinforces her belief that the country should take a more compassionate and inclusive approach to immigration. Sunny believes immigration should be guided by compassion, fairness, and respect for people. She argues that the United States has a responsibility to help those fleeing violence and persecution, and has often used the view to speak in support of immigration reform and protecting the rights of immigrants.
I think absolutely there are certain people that wanted to see this kind of pain and destruction for a certain group or type of immigrant. Because if you look at the numbers, yes, the number of immigrants that come from Mexico or of Mexican born are the largest. But the next largest are Asians. 28% of them come. I don't think they walk across the southern border. I think they come by plane. The next largest are Europeans. I don't think they walk either. I'm just saying immigrants, right?
Oh, not undocumented though.
A lot of them are undocumented, actually.
But that's not the stat for being.
But a lot of them come by plane and then overstay their visa. They overstay their visa.
In an effort to challenge Tomi's position, Sunny reportedly looked into Tomi's family background, hoping to argue that her ancestry weakened her stance on immigration. But Tomi has consistently said her position is not about where someone's family came from. Instead, she argues that the issue is whether people enter the country legally, not whether they should have the opportunity to come to the United States. Tomi has been outspoken about her views on immigration and deportation. She has consistently supported stricter immigration laws and stronger border enforcement, arguing that every country has the right to control its borders and protect its citizens. Tomi believes the current immigration system
overstay their visas, so they're undocumented. The Europeans that come here that overstay their visas are undocumented, but they don't come across the southern border. So I think there's a very clear message as to what this president wants the look of a criminal migrant to look like, what an undocumented migrant. And I think that's racist.
On immigration. But Tomi has consistently said her position is not about where someone's family came from. Instead, she argues that the issue is whether people enter the country legally, not whether they should have the opportunity to come to the United States. Tomi has been outspoken about her views on immigration and deportation. She has consistently supported stricter immigration laws and stronger border enforcement, arguing that every country has the right to control its borders and protect its citizens. Tomi believes the current immigration system is broken and says illegal immigration places added pressure on public resources and raises security concerns. She has also criticized immigration policies introduced during the Obama and Biden administrations.
Can you explain what you mean by that?
Generally, before being deported, you have an asylum case pending in front of a court, and you must appear in front of that judge. Right now, there are 3 million asylum cases and 900 judges. That is why the bipartisan bill that was going to be passed addressed that particular issue. Instead of dealing with it legally in that way, and I'm not saying he's doing it illegally, what he did was declared a national emergency that qualifies as a foreign invasion.
Arguing that programs like DACA encourage illegal immigration and weaken the rule of law. Instead of offering amnesty to undocumented immigrants, Tomi believes the government should focus on securing the border and enforcing existing immigration laws. One of the main issues Tomi has focused on is deportation. She believes that people who enter the country illegally should be removed, and that the government should not create incentives for them to stay. Tomi argues that deportation is not only about national security, but also about being fair to those who followed the legal immigration process. She believes the government should put the interests of its citizens first. Tomi has also criticized sanctuary cities and states that limit cooperation with federal immigration.
That immigrants come over here and they don't know anything and they're dragging us down because we all come from immigrants, including you, Tomi Lahren.
She talks about low skills. What exactly are her skills? Her second great-grandmother had been here for 10 years yet spoke no English.
Authorities, saying those policies make it harder to enforce immigration laws. Many Democrats, including some hosts on The View, disagree with her position, arguing that stricter deportation policies can separate families and show too little compassion for those affected. Sunny has been especially critical of Tomi's views on immigration and deportation. During one episode of The View, Sunny pointed to Tomi's Norwegian ancestry, arguing that her family's immigrant history conflicted with her current position on immigration.
1930 census says Tomi's 3 times great-grandmother had been here for 41 years and still spoke German. She didn't speak English either. She doesn't even know her own history. She certainly doesn't know this country's history.
She also noted that Tomi's great-grandmother lived in the United States for years without speaking English, using that example to question arguments that English language ability should play a major role in immigration policy. Sunny argued that Tomi's stance did not reflect her own family's immigrant experience. Sunny's comments were sparked by Tomi's strong support for stricter immigration laws and tougher border enforcement. Tomi has long backed stronger border security, and the
families can be deported together. What he is saying is that U.S. citizens can be deported. What he is saying is if the parent is undocumented, and they have U.S. citizen children or U.S. citizen spouse, or and you don't want to separate them, then let's deport the U.S. citizen.
Tomi has long backed stronger border security and the deportation of people who entered the country illegally. Sunny argued that this approach is too harsh and overlooks the complicated history of immigration in the United States. She also suggested that many American families have immigrant roots and questioned whether it is fair to criticize today's immigrants while benefiting from the opportunities earlier generations received.